So many of you at home keep asking Fox 5 if our schools need the funding. Where's all the marijuana money? Where's that money going? Well, a bill just introduced would break down that money trail for you to see.
What happened to when we legalized marijuana?
And seeing actually where this money goes, because it's not to the schools or the teachers.
They should ask the state where all the marijuana money is.
Fox 5 gets plenty of calls in our rant line asking, show me the money, or where the marijuana tax money's going.
Nevadans supported legalizing marijuana. They wanted the additional money to go into education. And the fact that this has been multiple years since this was passed and people still have those worries. Democrats are sending almost $2.2 billion of additional funding to education this year. So with the increased funding, of course, we need increased accountability.
Assemblywoman Brittany Miller of Clark County just introduced a bill that would create the Financial Oversight of School Spending Committee. If the bill passes, every quarter, the committee would produce a financial report that every Nevadan can see. It would show what school districts got funds, the specific schools that got money, and school programs.
Teacher raises and staff raises, special programmings for art and music, mental health supports and programs, school safety, and of course, cultural competencies.
The committee would welcome public comment from parents, school staff, or anyone to weigh in what they think of where the money's actually going.
Public has that ability to not only obtain the knowledge, but also, suggest maybe even where we need to look deeper.
And Miller hopes and believes she can get bipartisan support in this bill. Today was the last day for lawmakers to introduce any legislation.